We all know we're spending so much time in our homes. And what does that mean? We're nesting and we want to make improvements. And the easiest way and the fastest way to do that is with furniture, of course. To talk a little bit more, let's bring in Dave Dilley. He's the operations manager and co-owner for Bright Ideas Furniture located in Royal Oak. Dave, thank you for being with us.
All right. Thanks, Ronnie, for having me.
How are you doing throughout the pandemic?
We're good. Some businesses have been lucky and some have not. I would say we were on a roll before the pandemic. We moved to a brand new location after 35 years and things were going great and the pandemic hit and we said, oh crap, what's going to happen, right? So, we had about 2 months of just about 3 of us manning everything, one person running the warehouse to still collect things and us to answer phones and texts and emails and switching off. So one day would be one person, the next day would be another. Once things opened up and I remember vividly the day that some businesses were able to open and people thought furniture was one of them. We get about 15, 20 texts a week from our system. We got like 20 in a day. And it was the same day that she opened it up. So it's been really busy. Our challenge has been getting furniture, which is what many people have. Fortunately, we have good relations with a lot of our vendors. But there's been a lot of natural causes other than COVID in the world that has caused problems. But we are upfront with our customers. We work with them. We have in-stock merchandise. We have merchandise we can get sometimes in 3 to 4 weeks. And then we have others that will take, 16, 20 weeks. So,
Wow.
So that's been the weird one, has been this special order. But we've also found that people want what they want. And so they're willing to wait and it's rough, but they're like, and I don't want to wait 4 months, but they want what they want. And at the end of the day, it's the sofa you're going to live with or the chair you're going to live with. And is it worth, getting it 2 months early and not get what you want? And that's what we're finding. So
I will say the more time we spend at home, I'm like, I have to have a new couch. It's driving me crazy, but I do feel like we are spending so much more time in our homes and living differently right now as well. And I think that's even going to probably continue after the pandemic. And so, people want to buy new furniture. It's one of the easiest things you can do to change up your house.
Right. I think furniture and paint, right? I mean, paint's the other nice, easy one.
Yeah, but paint's a pain. Furniture, I can call up and have it delivered.
Yeah.
Paint, no. Yeah. It's a mess.
So, right. But we've tried. Last fall, I kind of determined that I knew that things were going to get a lot tighter. And so we actually started bringing in furniture that we really liked. The good thing is like the buyers, our 2 buyers have been doing this for 20 years. We know what our customers, the type of modern furniture they want. We found our niche. We aren't the low priced furniture store. We gave that up after IKEA came and we said we need to be the next, we always had the next, but we were like, we're not going to compete with IKEA. So we said we need to do when people are done with IKEA, and they want something that's going to last longer, be more comfortable and fill that niche. That's where we kind of have focused our attention. So our buyers are very well aware of that. Small scale furniture, like apartment size furniture is really big when you think of all the homes in, Birmingham, Royal Oak, Ferndale, and now home office. Like we have a lot of small apartment size love seat sleepers that now people can sit in their office and watch TV for a break. They now have an extra room for someone to sleep. So that's been like a big thing. So we've been bringing a lot of that in. And we have stuff in stock. We have stuff we can get in 3-4 weeks. So, yeah.
So, Dave, if we could talk about that, because you are a local company, a family-owned company, but talk a little bit more about your style of furniture, because it's not stuff you're going to find at some of the other big box furniture stores, such as, well, I was going to say Art Van, but they're not here any longer, Gardner White.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty different from Gardner White. I mean, clearly their goal, they're probably still a little more entry. And then as their price goes up, probably hits kind of our entry. They have a lot more stock type furniture. The big box stores that I would say, like West Elm is in downtown Birmingham. That's the store that, kind of our starting price point is right where that is, in a similar style. I tell people, if you're looking at Crate and Barrel, Design Within Reach, Room and Board, those types of companies, that's really where our niche is. We have different brands. I believe better pricing, and not to the quality level, I guess. But we also hear that from our customers, right? We get a lot of customers that come in and say, I bought a $1,500 sofa and it fell apart in a year. And, where I'm like, well, we can sell you one for $1,799 or $1,999, and it's going to last you a decade. And so we're we're definitely more modern, very clean, a lot of mid-century modern. We're one of the largest modern stores in Metro Detroit. There's a few that are similar to us that are family owned. But we have a very large showroom and a new showroom. So, I like to go up against big box every day. I have no issues with it. We have a lot of exclusive brands, and it's because we do really well with it. So
we're talking with Dave Dilley. He's the operations manager and co-owner for Bright Ideals Furniture, located in Royal Oak. But you moved. After 35 years, you moved to a new location just before the pandemic. Were you stressing a little bit in the beginning?
Our move is the best so our family's owned the business for 47 years. We were in downtown Royal Oak for 35. And my wife and I for years said the only place we would move was Woodward. And we said that's it. We really don't have another place. As time went on, we realized that we didn't feel parking was an issue, but our customers did. Our customer base was getting older. And so we said we need parking. We also used to be on 3 levels, where now we're on 1. So we purchased the old Haberman Fabrics building that many people know Haberman's. And they moved to Clawson and have a nice new location there. And so we were able to get a nice big store. So we weren't really stressing that much about it. We were still really happy with our move because our customers have been happy that we have parking. We're on 1 level. They're coming and staying and working with our staff to help design their home. So I don't know. I don't think we were really stressing about that. I think we were ready. Like, this was the right move.
So with that, we do know you're right next door to Orange. What is that?
Orange Theory Fitness is
yes.
Correct. They are in. When we moved, one of our decisions was to bring another tenant with us, and Orange Theory was a good customer base to bring with us that we see a lot of flow and traffic.
Because I'm thinking that's intimidating. Their classes are hard. If anyone is out there, if you've never tried it, you want to work out, go try them. But with that, Dave, too, we've seen a lot of businesses, they try to get creative throughout the pandemic. And when we're talking about furniture and coming in and picking fabric and this, that, and the other, have you guys tried or had to go to any type of Zoom type consultations or anything of that nature?
We haven't had to go to Zoom. I thought we would, but we didn't. During shutdown, we were able to do everything via phone, text, and email. And then if customers wanted fabrics, we would drop them in our lobby and they would just come grab them from our lobby and then return them. So there was really no contact. But, we have our store is large, and, we're not like Costco or Trader Joe's where you have all these people trying to come in. So we've never had, when we were able to reopen, our occupancy by the state is like 200 people. So 25% of that was like 55 people. I mean, typically we don't have more than, 4 or 5 groups. So maybe 10 or 12 people in the store. So think if you went to Trader Joe's and there was only 20 people in the whole store of Trader Joe's, you would feel pretty safe and distanced. So we never had that. We ended up, people wanted to come and they wanted to sit and be in like a low traffic environment.
So it's it was really a good timing that you moved locations.
Yeah, I think it was really, our other store is about the same size, but this was much more manageable. We have 3 doors to our location. We went to 1 door, so everyone had to come in and out of 1 door. We could have a station there to, with masks and and sanitizer and things like that. So, our staff is very, it's easy to sit back from someone. You don't have to get up next to them, to work. So our staff's been great. I mean, they were happy to come back. When we were able to reopen, our staff was ready. They were tired of being at home. And I think our customers were too. They were ready to come in.
That is so true. But if I can ask you about staffing as well, because we do know so many businesses right now are really struggling with employees. How are you and your team doing on that front?
That's a good question. So we're actually hiring. We, are looking for 1 or 2 full-time sales staff. Our staff that's been with us, typically when we hire, we want long-term people. I think our youngest staff member's been with us about 6 years. So,
wow, you're very lucky.
Yeah, and I think 4 or 5 have been with us 20 years. So, we feel like it's a pretty, laid back family atmosphere. We have great customers. We get lots of repeat customers. So, that has been a challenge, and I've been reading a lot about that being a challenge. But we've been searching. We have a few people we've talked with. We've offered a few jobs that people have declined. They decided to go a different direction, or whatever the reason might be. We have a few people, we have just gotten some resumes, but if we also need the right person. I think the challenge, you hear the restaurant business is a big challenge. One of our challenges is that we don't want someone for like 3 months because the amount of time it takes us to train. So, we've had some pretty good people, but the issue was that we felt, and I think even they felt, that this was like a temporary spot until the economy came back. And then they're like, oh, I want to go back to doing commercial interior design. So, what we closed on Sundays. And so we're open 6 days a week instead of 7. And we've heard that from many stores across the United States that we're friends with, is they've just cut back hours and kept their core team on and said, we're going to give great service 6 days a week instead of 7. And we've heard some that have gone back to 5, So I will say our whole staff, and even my wife and I included, we being closed on Sundays has kind of been nice. Because even when we try to go on vacation or travel, there'd still be a phone call on Sundays, or we'd be at a soccer game and there'd be a phone call on Sundays. And it's kind of nice to actually have that day off. And I think a lot of businesses might stick with that model.
Right, because if people know the hours, they're still going to come. We're talking about Dave Dilley. He's the operations manager and co-owner for Bright Ideas Furniture, located in Royal Oak. And with that, Dave, just another minute or 2 here with you on the show. I know for me, like every time I open up my social media, I'm bombarded with ads from Wayfair and Jossam, Maine. How do you compete with those companies that are online or the Amazons out there?
Yeah. Well, number one is we, like in our store, I'll go back. I think Wayfair and us are very different. Clearly, when you start getting to the price point of a $2,000 sofa, I know people buy them online, but a lot of our customers are going, I don't know how you spend $2,000 on something you can't see or sit in. Because I could bring you to our showroom and have you sit in 10 sofas and you'd find 2 or 3 that are uncomfortable, right? They just don't fit you, right? So it's a difficult thing. Our goal is for people to find us online, right? Find our website. We don't sell online because we have so many options and special orders, and we want it to be right for you. But we have some lines that cross over to Amazon and Wayfair. And I actually love it. And I tell our staff all the time, I said, if a customer comes in and looks for this product and we know it's on Wayfair, make sure you let them know it's on Wayfair, because we are typically less expensive than Wayfair. And I know that's shocking for people to hear, but I did a 3-piece desk setup and Wayfair was $27.99 and we were $22.99. The exact same brand, the exact same level of service, which, except for ours, our people that work for us, they actually build it and deliver it to your house, where Wayfair would use like a third party. So it's really kind of comes to education. Like, I love it when a customer says, "Can I get a discount?" and I say, "We're $150 less than Amazon." It virtually sells itself at that point, because I'm like going, "Hey, we're less than Amazon." What else can we do as a small business but be less money than Amazon for that same exact product?
That is so true. And Dave, we always want to support local as well. So Dave Dilley with us here, operations manager and co-owner for Bright Ideas Furniture, located on Woodward, right there in the downtown Royal.
We're on Main Street.
On Main Street. It's just down from Ye Old Saloon.
We are right about a couple of doors away.
Well, we so appreciate your time today. Please support local, especially now throughout the pandemic.